Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own Wither Storm statue / house. Very practical. So not only is this monstrous beast a really cool statue, but, and I do mean but, if you walk around the back of the statue and you climb all of these ladders leading you into this very mystical and magical place, you'll find that once you get to the top of those ladders, you have a very practical, very homely, surprisingly homely, survival base. It's up to you whether you want to add a little base inside of your statue, but I always like to just because it's kind of fun. And that is pretty much everything, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, please do remember to hit that like button. It helps me out so much. You've got no idea. And if you would like to check out more houses like this, some more fun houses, please check out the card system for my fun house tutorial playlist. Oh, and also, legend has it, if you don't give this video a like, the Wither Storm will appear at precisely 3:47 AM, maybe sometimes PM, depending on how much sleep it got the previous night, inside your bedroom if you don't give this video a like. I'm just saying, that's the legend that I heard probably some time ago, so please do like the video. But without any further ado, let's get started. So, before we begin, I should let you know that this thing doesn't take up that much space at all. It definitely doesn't take up very much ground space. A lot of it is actually built and expanded in the air. If you make sure that you've got about a 15 by 15 block area, it should pretty much cover you. You also only need these three materials that I have right here: black concrete, magenta concrete, and of course, quartz slab. So make sure that you have all three of these materials. Make sure that you have an area that is about as big as this one, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a bit smaller. Pause the video if necessary, make sure that you're ready, and once you are, let's begin. So I'm going to begin right in the middle of my 15 by 15 square, and I'm going to start off with two black concrete coming up from the ground. 1, 2. I then want to place an additional black concrete on top of the row of 2. And I want to extend it outwards in every direction. So towards me, left, back, and right to create a plus shape. Then I want to place an additional layer of black concrete on top of this. Preferably just on the outsides, you don't have to include the inside. We then want to add one more layer, so add an additional layer of black concrete on top, but we then want to extend that outwards in every direction. So towards us, in this corner, to the left, in this corner, backwards, in this corner, to the right, in this corner, like that. We then want to go up on top of preferably just the outer blocks by 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, so on and so forth, all the way around the edge. Like that. We then want to add another row on top, just a single row. Like that. And then we want to take that row and we want to expand it again. So one block towards us, in this corner, to the left, this corner, backwards, in this corner, to the right, this corner, and you've connected back. We then want to take every single one of those blocks and we want to go up on top of them each this time by 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So on and so forth. This time I'm going to place them at one row at a time because for whatever reason I just like the way that the blocks flow a little bit better rather than just placing them individually. I think it might also perhaps be a little bit faster, but I'm not sure. The point of the matter is that we end up with a structure that should look exactly like that. And believe it or not, that's like the bottom part of the Wither Storm. Now, once you have this, we can move on to the next part, which is the body, if you like. So, you want to take specifically this left black concrete block at the top of the build, and from this block specifically is this one, 2 upper left diagonals. 1, 2. Then go up on top of that by 1, do an upper left diagonal, and go up by 2, 1, 2. Then do 2 upper right diagonals, 1 and 2. Go right 1, do an upper right diagonal, and go right by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do a bottom right diagonal, and go right 1, and do 2 bottom right diagonals, 1, 2. Go down by 2, 1, 2. Do a bottom left diagonal, 1. Go down 1. Then do a bottom left diagonal. And that should connect you all the way back to where you want to be. And you'll be able to see that we now have, it kind of looks like just a big black light bulb is kind of what this, well, kind of looks like. Now, once you have this, we now want to take the top row. So the row all the way up at the top, it's a row of 5 black concrete. And you want to take the middle block in that row, extend it towards you, expand it left and right. We then, and this is kind of tricky to explain, but easy to follow. You want to place, going left of, so this block that we place left, you want to do 2 bottom left diagonals, 1, 2. And then you want to go left. And then you want to do a bottom left diagonal. And you want to go down by 2. 1, 2. Do a bottom right diagonal. And go down by 1. And then do a bottom right diagonal. Now, what we've basically just done there is inside of the shape that we have, the empty shape, the circle at the top, it's more like an oval. You want to, 1 row inside of that, yet 1 row towards you, you want to place a layer of black concrete. You want to do the same on the opposite side. So this time, if we take this right hand side, we have to do 2 bottom right diagonals, 1, 2, and go right 1, do a bottom right diagonal, and go down 2, 1, 2, do a bottom left diagonal, and go down by 1, and then a bottom left diagonal to connect all the way back. So we want to have something which should look exactly like that. So you can see that we've just shrank the shape just a little bit, and we actually want to do that 3 more times. That was the first time. We want to do this 3 more times, okay? So I'm not going to do all of the diagonal explanations and stuff. We basically want to 1 row outwards, and inside this empty space, we just want to place a row of black concrete that, well, I don't know how better to say it. I really don't. 1 row inwards, 1 row towards you, you want to place a row of black concrete that is ever so slowly and surely shrinking the shape that we have at the top of the body. And this is actually how we get the shape of the Wither Storm. So we want to have this. We then want to do that again. So we're going to do that 1 more time, guys. We want to, once again, 1 row above, 1 row inside. We want to place a row of black concrete that does not connect at the corners. That's actually a very important part that I should have mentioned. It does not want to connect together at the corners, but you do want to go all the way around the inside of the shape. So we want to have something which should look almost, I think we're almost there, a little bit like this. And now 1 more time, we have a very easy shape. This kind of looks like a cross. And we just want to now fill in the empty space that we have inside of the shape. And we want to do it 1 row outwards from the shape itself. So fill in all of the empty space. You don't want to be able to see through the Wither Storm. You just want to have something which should look like that. Now, that is what you want to have so far. We want to do the same on the back. So if we come to the back of the Wither Storm, and we take this row of 5 black concrete at the top of the back of the Wither Storm, and we extend the middle block towards us by 1, and left 1, and right 1, we then want to place diagonal blocks, just slowly shrinking the actual shape of the Wither Storm. Just a little bit. You just want to place a layer of black concrete that just shrinks the shape of the Wither Storm effectively just by 1 row, because we don't want to connect it together at the corners. That's very important. does not want to connect together at the corners because it changes the shape a little bit. So we want to have this. And then we want to do the same thing, I believe 3 more times. So we want to do the same thing 3 more times. We've already done it on the front, so that's why I'm not really doing any sort of explanation, and that's why I'm going a little bit faster, because we're just repeating now what we did do on the front, and the explanation and the strategy hasn't changed. So you see that is the second layer of black concrete, and we'll do one more, so we're going to do another one this time. And we do, after this one, have to do just one more after this, but that last row is a little bit different because, as you might be able to remember, you have to fill in the empty space. So let's just place all of this like that. And then we just want to take the empty space that we have and fill it in using the black concrete. But here's the kicker. We want to fill it in one row towards us. So we want to have something which should look exactly like that. Which isn't exactly flattering, but the Wither Storm will improve, trust me. So now that we have that on both sides, and both sides are indeed identical, we can now add a little bit of features. So the Wither Storm has 3 heads. Let's add them each individually. We will begin with the main head, all the way at the front and middle of the Wither Storm. So we're going to start all the way down here. You see where we have this sticky out single black block? This one right here, yeah? Well, from this block, we want to go up by 2. So not this block, not this one, but this one. This is the block that we're looking for. We want to leave a gap of 1, 2. This is the block that we're interested in. Place a black concrete in front of this. Extend that left and right. And then extend the 3 blocks towards you. Like this. I'm going to delete those starting blocks. We then want to place a quartz slab on top of the left block and on top of the right. We want to place a black concrete on top of each quartz slab. They should be suspended in the air now. They shouldn't be touching the quartz slab because you can't just place it directly on top of that. We then want to extend them together in the middle with a magenta concrete. You then want to place a row of black concrete on top of each one of the black blocks and the magenta. Then extend all of these 6 blocks backwards to connect to the head, or to connect the body to the head of the Wither Storm. So you can see that that is the first head. It looks a lot better like that, right? Let's add 2 more. It's a very simple, similar process for each one of these. So let me see if I can show you where to position them. So this is the middle head. Come to the left and look for this block right here. It shouldn't be too difficult to find, I think, because it does kind of like stick out a little bit. Or at least I think it sticks out. In front of this block, place a black concrete. And extend the black concrete left by 2. 1, 2. And extend that row of black concrete towards you by 1 row. Place a quartz slab on top of the left hand side and the right hand side. And place a black concrete on top of each quartz slab. Join them in the middle using magenta concrete and place a row of black concrete on top of this. Behind each one of those 6 blocks, place 2 rows of black. 1 row of black and 2 rows of black. You want to take the bottom of the head and extend it backwards by 1 row as well. And connect it together at the top, like that. So we want to have something which should look like that. And that will actually do. That actually looks pretty good. So you can see this actually looks a lot better with just 2 heads already. Let's add the third. The third will be added in the same spot on the opposite side, which means you've got to locate this block on the right hand side and place a black concrete in front of it. Extend that black concrete to the right by 2. 1, 2. And towards you by 1 row. Place a quartz slab on the left and right hand sides, with black concretes above the slabs. joined together with magenta. Place black concrete on top of all of that, and extend those 6 blocks backwards by 2. 1, 2. Also extend the bottom of the head backwards by 1 row, and connect upwards. So all in all, we should have something which should look exactly like that. So there you can see we have the body, we have the 3 heads. The only thing that we're missing are the creepy looking tentacle arms. So let's do those, shall we? Okay, we'll do the bottom set first. Come to the middle-ish, kind of lower part of the Wither Storm. You're looking for this block right here. It might actually be kind of tricky to see. Maybe this will help a little bit. I don't know, because it is a bit dark on my screen at least. You're looking for this block right here. Now, the bubbles are annoying me. You want to, from this block, I can't win, can I? From this block, place 3 black concrete moving outwards. 1, 2, 3. Then, you kind of want to do 2 diagonals going towards the front of the statue and to the right. It looks like this, like 1 and 2, like that. Place a block on top of the second diagonal, and then place like a forwards, upwards diagonal, coming forwards and, well, upwards. Extend it towards you by 1, and then do 2 like up forwards diagonals, like here and here. Like, it's kind of difficult to explain because it is kind of weird, but, you know, something like this will look fine. Not all tentacles have to look the same as well. If you come to the opposite side of the statue, you want to find literally the same block on the opposite side. It's this one right here. Place a row of 3 black concrete coming outwards. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 diagonals, like moving left and towards the front. 1, 2. And then you want to place a block on top of the second diagonal. And then a diagonal towards you and upwards. Then towards you. And then 2 blocks up and towards. So like up towards you, up towards you. So we want to have something which should very much like that. And you see, you have the bottom 2 set of tentacles. However, this looks a little bit weird without the other set. So if we come to the right hand side again, and this time you want to be much more towards the top. You're actually looking for this row of 3 that we have right here. And you want to take the top block in the row of 3. You guys can see what I'm on about. From this block, place 4 black concrete moving outwards. 1, 2, 3. Then you want to place like a diagonal coming upwards and towards you. And then going towards the front, you want to place like 2 up diagonals going towards the front. Like, it's actually 3, my apologies. It's 1, 2, 3. Then go up 1. Then do another up front diagonal. Up 1. Towards the front by 1. So, from the front, it'll look like this. Something like that. But I think that this might be the best view that I can give you. Like that. That might kind of show you exactly what you're looking for. Again, it doesn't have to be the same as what I'm about to make. It's kind of more organic if it's not the same. But I'll show you how to copy that. Now, if we come to the opposite side of the statue, we take this top block in this row of 3. You guys can remember it. You want to place 4 blocks coming towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you want to place like an upwards diagonal coming towards you. Like that. And then you want to place like 3 up front diagonals. So like 1, 2, 3. Go up 1, do an up front diagonal, go up 1, forwards 1. So it'll look like this, but if you have a look at it from the side, it'll look a little bit like that, and it should be the same. I'm pretty sure it is as the opposite side. Now that is all I can really show you how to build with the Wither Storm. There's not really anything else to it. If you want to add more tentacles, I would highly suggest it. There's even 1 tentacle in the middle that I thought about adding as well. It's like somewhere in the middle of the back. It'd probably start, by my estimation, about here. And it kind of like comes up and forwards a little bit. I didn't like that, so I didn't add it. It's up to you whether you do want to add it. Also, if you want to turn this into a house, it's very simple, by the way. First of all, I'm going to make, like, on the ground, you know how we started off with 2 black blocks? I'm going to delete the bottom one, the one that hit the floor. And I want to move that block backwards by 1, just so that it looks a little bit better. It kind of reminds me a little bit more of a genie now, for some reason. And I'm going to grab ladders. To get into the inside the Wither Storm, first I'm going to pop a potion of night vision, because it'll be so dark in there. And all you have to do, so like, let's say you want to get up here, dig into this block, and this one, and this one, and then you're in. So like, you can just jump up here, ladders, 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 perhaps even a little bit more ladders, like, come on, like that. And then you're in, like, then you're into the main living part of the Wither Storm. And then you can use whatever block you want to use as a floor, whether you want to use magenta concrete, or quartz slabs, or oak wood slabs as I used in the original. But there you go, like, that kind of shows you how you would get into the Wither Storm, and how you would create a living space. But if we come back out now, I'm going to just, what am I going to do? So, now that we have the Wither Storm, I'm just going to simply clean up the area around the Wither Storm, and then that'll be the tutorial done, guys. Give me a moment, let's make this look a little bit nicer. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what your Wither Storm statue / house should look like once it has been 100% fully completed. Very scary, very intimidating, but also practical. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. I honestly would. If you have enjoyed the content, consider subscribing to the channel as well. Click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box, because otherwise that doesn't happen all the time. I don't know. And by the way, also, if you do want to check out any more things by me, whether that be cartoon-related builds, which you can see plenty of those around in the background, or whether you want to make some more survival-related houses, maybe even a little bit of modern stuff, anything and everything is kind of made on this channel. Check out the card system and the description below for all my stuff that you can find. All of that in the card system, description below for all sorts of houses, all sorts of fun stuff. But that's pretty much everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. So the very first subscriber shout out goes to TCB15 Pro YT. You, my friend, I see you on every single one of my videos without fail. I see you all the time. Oftentimes, before I'm even finished typing the little message that I pin at the top of my videos, you've already commented. I appreciate you, and not only that, this guy is a YouTuber himself. If you would like to check out his channel, you know what, I'll actually leave a link to his channel in the description of this video. You should be able to find it without too many problems. Thank you very much. I hope you continue doing what you do, TCB, and tune in next time to see who will be at the end of the next video. It could be you.